All right, y'all. Got my mic ready. I see they trying to slow my stream down already. I haven't even begun yet. They're already trying to slow my stream down. Good Sunday morning. Slow my stream down already. I haven't even. They got me all over the place here. Good morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning or good Sunday afternoon, depending on your time zone. How are you? Hope everything is good. Let me ask you something. All the problems you had this week, did you thank God for your blessings? You should thank God for your blessings more than you ask God to heal your wounds. We all got wounds. We all wounded animals out here. But the thing is, we got to thank God for the things that we have because we don't have to have anything. Some people out here say, well, I worked out of the mud. You wouldn't have nothing without the grace of God. I don't care what you're talking about. You wouldn't have nothing without the grace of God. Think about that for a minute. And those of you that don't believe in a higher power, maybe you're on the wrong channel. Here most of us do. We don't all call that higher power by the same name, but we respect each other's. We respect the fact that we believe in a higher power. Most of us here, anyway. But it's not a requirement for being here, but that's the reality of that situation. But anyway, good morning, and I'm here from Los Angeles, California, coming in just straight from Los Angeles, California, and here it's the morning time. It's 11:47 a.m. and hopefully your life and your day and your week and your month and your years are going by with some thankfulness, man, and you're enjoying yourself, or you're bringing life to someone else, or life to someone else's life. That's what life is all about. It ain't all about you. It's about what you can do for other people. That's what life is about. Anyway, let's get to it. You guys know how we do it. So with that being said, let me tell you what's coming up. Coming up, the news, the hit parade, the Black History Minute, your money, and then we get into the lead topic. The lead topic. All right. So without anything else being said, let's get into our news story today. Well, we only got one news story, so let's get into that today. What's our news topic today? Kyle Rittenhouse, the verdict, not guilty of murder and acquitted. I believe he was acquitted on all counts. He had 6 counts on him, and he was acquitted on all counts, particularly the murder counts. So, I don't want you to just take my advice, my word for it. I can't really speculate. Only thing I could say is, I think even the average person shooting somebody would at least get some type of they would have some type of retribution from the court system. But we're going to see how things can be in a different situation, and the court system doesn't look at it that way. So I'm not going to tell. We're going to watch about a 10-minute video of a guy that actually broke down what actually happened out there, and then you can judge for yourself if this guy is guilty or not, or should have at least did some time for killing these people. So let's take a look at that. Yeah.
Volume 2 of The Adventures of Kyle Rittenhouse. Last night, about an hour after I released Volume 1 of The Adventures of Kyle Rittenhouse, my video was taken down by YouTube. It was just cruising along at about 120,000 views after an hour, and YouTube found it to be ineligible and removed it altogether from my channel. I appealed it to YouTube and was like, hey, what the heck, man? and then they put it up like 10 minutes later, behind 2 age restrictions. I'm glad it's up. They just kind of killed it there for a little bit. But don't worry, if you come to my stream tonight, I'm not going to be raging about YouTube. We're going to talk about the criminal complaint that was filed against Kyle Rittenhouse today, and we're also going to correct some of the things I said yesterday, because I will always admit when I'm wrong. I will never double down on bullshit like a lot of people you see on Twitter. First up, I have no idea why I said Jacob Blake died. I guess I've been watching way too much CNN. He's actually still alive, and he still has an active warrant against him for sexually assaulting someone, and they're thinking that he is going to be paralyzed from the waist down. The latest thing I've seen about him is police officers did have him handcuffed to the bed because he still has an active warrant for doing something really bad. Now check out what was filed yesterday. This is the state of Wisconsin criminal complaint against Kyle Rittenhouse. He has been charged with 6 counts. First-degree reckless homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, attempted first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. Let's go over these a little bit, and I'm going to explain some things to you that I've learned since my video last night. The first count, which is first-degree reckless homicide, states that Kyle did recklessly cause the death of Joseph Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum was the first guy that Kyle shot in the video last night. This is the guy that threw something at him, ran at him, lunged at him, and then ended up getting shot. There's been a screenshot circulating on the internet of the Wisconsin Department of Corrections showing that he was a registered sex offender, and I couldn't find it last night. There's a reason for that. It's been taken down because he died, but the Arizona Department of Corrections still has it up. Joseph D. Rosenbaum. 2002, he was convicted of 2 counts of sexual conduct with a minor, and in 2014, he was convicted of interfering with a monitoring device. During his time in prison, he committed a little bit over 40 violations. I also said last night he took a bullet to the head, and that's what killed him. He did take a grazing wound to the head, but it was other shots that killed him. According to Dr. Kelly of the Milwaukee Medical Examiner's Office, he had a gunshot wound in the right groin which fractured his pelvis, a gunshot wound in the back which perforated his right lung and liver, a gunshot wound in the left hand, a superficial gunshot wound to his lateral left thigh, and a grazed gunshot wound to the right side of his forehead. When he shoots Rosenbaum, if you'll remember last night, he ran around the back of the car, and then he pulls his cell phone out, and I said, well, maybe he's calling 911 because someone said call 911. He actually did call 911. According to reports, a detective spoke with a Dominic Black on August 26th. Dominic stated that he received a call from his friend Kyle Rittenhouse at 11:46 p.m., in which the defendant stated that he shot someone. I think my amazing mod team also found out what started the confrontation between Rosenbaum and Kyle in the first place. Twitter user Drew Hernandez tweeted, "A Good Samaritan put out a trash can fire that rioters were about to push into police squad cars. Rioters were then triggered by it and went after the gas station in retaliation. From what I understand, the person with the fire extinguisher was Kyle."
Fair use, fair use, fair use. Okay, so guys, my understanding is that this guy Rittenhouse was trying to defend a gas station in a car lot. I think some of his people own the car lot, if I'm not mistaken, and either the gas station or the car lot. But he was trying to defend both properties, I believe, and that's where they were trying to start that fire and push it into the gas station. Not smart, but the protesters were trying to start, and Kyle Rittenhouse, is supposedly, allegedly put out the fire with the fire extinguisher. This enraged the protesters even further, and so now that's when it escalated to the point where Rittenhouse went and armed himself with an AR-15 rifle, assault rifle. I'm laughing because it's really crazy how you could protect yourself and you could have an AR-15 assault rifle, that's military grade assault rifle, just to keep people from damaging cars that are insured anyway. But anyway, let's finish up. Let's finish up with the fair use, fair use, fair use.
It's hard to tell if that's Kyle in that video, but in another live stream from Facebook, you can clearly see Kyle run by the camera at the same gas station holding a fire extinguisher. Because the fire was put out, it caused this little confrontation. What? Drew Hernandez also tweeted out, here's more footage from the Kenosha last night when Kyle Rittenhouse shot rioters. Rioters were very stupidly attempting to challenge militias armed rifles at the gas station before the mob left to the dealership. You can clearly see Mr. Rosenbaum leading a pack of lemmings. You can tell who Rosenbaum was because he's the one pushing and trying to fight people armed with rifles. So that spills over into the dealership, and that's when Rosenbaum starts chasing Kyle. Second thing charged with is first-degree recklessly endangering safety. This one says he recklessly endangered the safety of Richard McGinnis, who we haven't talked about yet. The third one is first-degree intentional homicide. This is when he shot Anthony Huber, which is the skateboarder. The fourth one is attempted first-degree intentional homicide. This was against Gage Grosskreutz. Yesterday I talked about I didn't know if he had his gun on him before or after he got shot. It looks like he ran up to Kyle with his gun. Kyle pointed a gun at him, and then Gage put his hands up with his gun in his hand. There was some hesitation. It looked like Gage lunged for him, and that's when Kyle shot him and blew his bicep off. A lot of people on the internet saying, well, Kyle was defending himself. The dude had a gun, and he was getting his ass kicked by an angry crowd. In these two pictures right here, you can see that he did have his gun out and in his hand when he ran up to Kyle. The fifth count was first-degree recklessly endangering safety. This one says that he recklessly endangered the safety of an unknown male. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it was probably the guy that jumped on him, he shot at and missed, who ran off. And the sixth charge that we talked about, possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18 because he was 17. Here's the person we were talking about earlier, which is Richard McGinnis. He was behind Rosenbaum when Rosenbaum was running at Kyle. McGinnis stated that Kyle moved from the middle of Sheridan Road to the sidewalk, and that's when he saw Rosenbaum initially tried to engage the defendant. McGinnis stated that as the defendant was walking, Rosenbaum was trying to get closer to the defendant. When Rosenbaum advanced, the defendant did a juke move and started running. McGinnis stated that there were other people that were moving very quickly. McGinnis stated that they were moving towards the defendant. McGinnis said that according to what he saw, the defendant was trying to evade these individuals. So what McGinnis, our new character of the story, is telling us is that there was a crowd going after Kyle with Rosenbaum in the lead. McGinnis described the point where the defendant had reached the car. McGinnis described that the defendant had the gun in a low-ready position, meaning that he had the gun raised and pointed downward. The butt of the gun would have been at the angle downwards from the shoulder. McGinnis stated that the defendant brought the gun up. McGinnis stated that he stepped back and he thinks the defendant fired 3 rounds in rapid succession. McGinnis said when the first round went off, he thought it hit the pavement. McGinnis felt something on his leg, and his first thought was wondering whether he had gotten shot. McGinnis was behind and slightly to the right of Rosenbaum in the line of fire when the defendant shot. So since he was in the line of fire, that's where that recklessly endangering charge comes from against Kyle. McGinnis stated that the first round went into the ground and then the second shot went off. The defendant actually had the gun aimed at Rosenbaum. McGinnis stated he did not hear the...
Okay. Okay, you guys pretty much get the idea. Okay. Basically, long story short, if you're a gun owner, particularly Caucasian, the laws are pretty much made to protect gun carrying Caucasians. And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? What do I think about the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict? You know what? I really don't know. It's hard for me to say, based on what happened. What I can say is that I expected at least he would get some type of time or some type of, adjudication, some type of where he would have to at least spend maybe 6 months, a year, something in jail just for the killing of the 2 people. But you can see now we got a precedent set. But my thing is, if you see somebody running around with an AR-15, that's when the protest is over. Okay, when you see a guy running around with an AR-15, the protest is over. The protest is over. Thank you, Sister Don. Appreciate you. right back at you with that. The protest is over. When you see an AR-15, when there's a cat running around with an AR-15, that's when you ain't got nothing to prove taking shots from an AR-15 or any weapon, but especially if somebody is willing to break out a military grade weapon, then hold on, Dark Lord. Hold on, Dark Lord. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. You sound like a troll, but don't worry. We'll get there. We're gonna discuss it in a minute. Sister Don, exactly. Why did he go there? Hi, Mom. Drove. His mom drove him there. Just insane. Well, Sister Don, my understanding of the situation is he was there to defend the the gas station and a car lot that was close by. My understanding, I could be wrong, but my understanding is his people had some ownership interest in either the car lot or the gas station or both. So that's my understanding. So that's why he went there, to make sure nothing wasn't going to happen to those places. But you know what I mean? Like I said, that's my version of that. If you guys got anything else to say about that, hit me up in the comments. But I thought at least he would get a little time for killing the people. Maybe not, he would get a little time for that. But like I said, Caucasian gun owner, A-OK. These laws are made for them. So, but to the protesters, if you're out there protesting, I don't know why you would do it. It serves no purpose. You would serve yourself a lot better than protesting, doing other things. But if you decide, hey, I'm going to go out there and protest, right? We're going to go out there and march up and down the street or set things on fire. Like, that's bananas to me. But I don't see where that would progress the situation at all. But some people out there think that destroying their own community is going to make a difference and it's going to push the situation forward. But if you are going to do that, when somebody shows up with weapons, AR-15s, that's when the protest is over. There's nothing to protest after that. Sister Don, yes, I thought so as well. And you're right. Yeah, I just, when you see somebody coming out with a military grade assault rifle, now that's when the protest is over. Dark Lord of the community, of course. Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. I'm sure, in your opinion, he didn't. Moving on. Let's move on because we got a lot to get to today. Let's see. The hit parade. Let's do the hit parade. You guys want to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse? We can do that later. Arizona child predator arrested on multiple counts of sexual misconduct. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona native Gordon Golding was arrested by U.S. Marshals Task Force members on Friday on 43 counts of multiple offenses of sexual conduct with a minor, voyeurism, and sexual abuse of a minor on top of failing to appear for sentencing, said U.S. Marshals. Ouch. Ouch. Golding met young teenage girls as a kickboxing instructor. See, this is why you guys got to watch who's around your children. Got to watch who's around your children. And according to court records, would appear at the victims' schools, supplying them with vape pens and marijuana. Holy smokes. He would then invite the underage girls to his house, where police said they found at least 10 videos containing sexual acts. Ay. The arrest of this dangerous sex offender was made possible by outstanding investigative work by Phoenix police detectives in collaboration with U.S. Marshals, Fugitives Task Force in Arizona and Nevada, said U.S. Marshal Dave Gonzalez in a press release. Maricopa County Supervisor Court issued a warrant for the 56-year-old male after he failed to appear for his court date on September 14th. He is facing 20 plus years when he cut his ankle monitor off. Holy smokes. And attempted to flee, according to the statement. Officials traveled to South Lake Tahoe, California on Friday to conduct surveillance. Golding was identified in South Lake riding a bike and taken into custody. He will travel back to Arizona to face his sentencing. Ay, yay, yay. Ay, yay, yay. See, this is why I'm saying. Now, a lot of you guys be saying, well, let me get to some comments. Sister Don. Okay. Sister Don, yes, I thought so. And you are right. Okay, we did all that already. 43 counts. Damn, glad they got that POS. You're right, man. You're right. That dude is no good. But Sister Don, kids are not safe anymore. You have to really talk to your kids and they respond. See, that's why I do this hit parade thing, man. So we can see, man, you got to talk to your children. You got to, when they come home from school, you got to debrief them. Hey, who did you talk to today? I don't want to talk to you right now. No. Sit down, son, daughter, whatever, a group of whoever they are. You got to sit them down. You got to talk to them. You got to debrief them because these knuckleheads are going to slip in the gaps where they see that they interviewing your child every day, and they want to know if your child is talking to you. You talk to your parents, you talk to your mother, they want to know what's going on. Once they get a feel for what's going on in your house, and you may talk to your child maybe once every 2 weeks, man, they just gonna slip in there. That's why I do this. That's why I do this hit parade. So we can see these man, this stuff is out there. These dudes are out there. And they hide in plain sight. They ain't monsters with a mask on that you can see right away, or they don't have a scarlet letter you can see right away. These dudes are working at the school, or close by the school, or at the park, or whatever. They're working everywhere. They're everywhere. So you got to keep us as the parents to keep our eyes open. We got to keep our eyes open. Brother D, peace to the garden. Brother D, good to see you, man. Good to see you in the building, man. Brother D, hey, Don Frank, Sister Don. Yeah, Sister Don is in the house. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you guys got to watch your children, man. Watch your children. If you got small children or even bigger children, you got to watch your children, man. Make sure you talk to them. Because these knuckleheads, people like this, man, they interviewing your children. They're while they working, and they asking your child questions while they sweeping the floor to see if that your children and you have a bond. Are you connected? Are you communicating with each other on a regular basis? Once they recognize that you ain't communicating with your child on a regular basis, then they start trying to slip in and usurp your position. They try to usurp you by offering them a trinket, vaping, drugs, drinking. They try to usurp you and try to get in front of how your children care about you. They try to get in front of you and usurp that. Don't let them do it. Sister Don, right? They're looking for kids that have trouble with their parents. Right? You see what I'm saying, Sister Don? They trying to but they interview them, Sister Don. They do it so slick that the kids don't even see what's going on. They do it so slick. They do it while they working. They pushing a little broom or putting trash in the butt or whatever they doing, or as a coach or whatever. They do it so slick that the kid don't even know what's going on. By the time the kid figure out what's going on, they've been abused already. Dark Lord, when I have kids, I have planned to teach them observation and combat techniques that I learned in the army of demons out here. Let me tell you something, man. You keep messing with me, don't worry. Your kids will. You keep playing with us, the karma gonna come back on you. So I would leave us go. I would let us go. I would go someplace and play somewhere else because you're in the wrong space. Because if you keep messing with me, I'm just trying to push God's program you're the one that's gonna have this karma come back on you and your kids and your mama or whatever. They might catch cancer or whatever. I don't know. So I would just let the karma go. I am not the one you want to mess with. Trust me, it's gonna be harder on you than on me. Anyway, let's move down the line, y'all, because we got a lot to get to today. We got a big question we got to answer. We did the hit parade. Got to do the Black History Minute, y'all. Got to do the Black History Minute. We got to do the Black History Minute. Anybody in here ever heard of leprosy? The leprosy is a disease that discolors the skin, and ultimately left untreated, it will disfigure membranes in the body, right? Well, there's a sister named Alice Ball that actually created and made successful treatments for leprosy. So let's Alice Ball, she was the chemist, African American chemist who developed the first successful treatment of those suffering from Hansen's disease, or better known as leprosy. Alice Ball was an African American chemist who developed the first successful treatment of those suffering from leprosy. Ball was also the very first African American, and the first woman to graduate with an MS degree in chemistry from the College of Hawaii, now known as the University of Hawaii. Tragically, Ball died at the young age of 24. Holy smokes. During her brief lifetime, she did not get to see the full impact of her discovery. It was not until years after her death that Ball got the proper credit she deserved. Let me skip down because she got a lot of information, and like I said, don't take my word for it. We already talked about how, let me talk about this. After earning her undergraduate degree in pharmaceutical technology and pharmacy from the University of Washington, Alice Ball transferred to the College of Hawaii and became the first African American well-known woman to graduate with an MS degree in chemistry in 1915. She was also offered a teaching and research position there and became the institute's very first woman chemistry instructor. She was only 23 years old. As a laboratory researcher, Ball worked extensively to develop a successful treatment for those suffering from leprosy. Her research led to her to create the first injectable leprosy treatment using oil from the Chalmunga tree, which up until then was only moderately successful topical agent that was used in Chinese and Indian medicine. Ball successfully isolated the oil into fatty acid components of different molecular weights, allowing her to manipulate the oil into a water-soluble injectable form. Ball's scientific rigor resulted in a highly successful method to alleviate leprosy symptoms, later known as the Ball method, that was used on thousands of infected individuals over 30 years until sulfone drugs were introduced. The Ball method was so successful, leprosy patients were discharged from hospitals and facilities across the globe, including Kalaupapa, an isolation facility on the north shore of Molokai, Hawaii, where thousands of people were suffering from leprosy died in years prior. Thanks to Alice Ball, these banished individuals could now return to their families free from the symptoms of leprosy. Tragically, Ball died on December 31st, 1916, at the young age of 24 after complications resulting in inhaling chlorine gas in a lab teaching accident. During her brief lifetime, she did not get to see the full impact of her discovery. What's more, following her death, the president of the College of Hawaii, Dr. Arthur Dean, continued Ball's research without giving her credit for her discovery. Dean even claimed her discovery for himself, calling it the Dean method. Holy smokes. Unfortunately, it was commonplace for men to take the credit of women's discoveries, and Ball fell victim to this practice. Let me see if we got something else pertinent here. She got a lot more accolades, and she got a lot more things done. But that is Alice Ball. She helped a lot of people get over the symptom of leprosy, and where it has you get these big whelps all over your body, and your skin gets discolored, it basically turns white, or it turns like it turns like a whitish type of hue, and it's not a healthy white, but a unhealthy white. You know, like devoid of blood coming through there. So that's Sister Alice Ball. But hey, don't take my word for it. Go check it out for yourself. Go check it out for yourself. Dig that. All right, y'all. We almost there. We almost there. Let me get to some of these chats. Let me get to some of these chats. Sister Dawn. We got the Dark Lord. What are you talking about? Okay. This is okay. I'm out. We're sorry to see you go, Dark Lord. Move along if you don't like it, Dark Lord. I heard that, Sister Dawn. I heard that. Sister Wanda, glad you're in the building. Peace, peace, peace. Glad you're in the building, Sister Dawn. Okay. Now we got one more thing. We got one more thing, y'all. We got one more thing we got to do before we get to the lead topic. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Your STEM job of the week. Your STEM job of the week. Oh, let me take this down because we're not actually doing this anymore. Okay. Your STEM job of the week. Your STEM job of the week is going to be psychiatrist. Psychiatrists are physicians who diagnose, treat, and work to prevent disorders relating to the mind and mental health. Having undergone medical school and psychiatry residency program, these professionals are equipped to understand the complex relationships between ailments of the mind and body. They are also trained to evaluate the entire spectrum of a patient's health, make a diagnosis, and design a treatment plan. Patients might suffer from mental health conditions such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and depression, and receive a form of treatment known as psychotherapy, a fancy word for meetings in which a patient discusses his or her moods, problems, and feelings with the psychiatrist. Psychiatrists can also prescribe a wide range of drugs, even recommend hospitalizations. Okay, that's a psychiatrist. Let's get to the nitty gritty. How much does a psychiatrist make? Psychiatrists made a median salary of $208,000 in 2019. The best paid 25% made $208,000 that year, while the lowest 25% made $149,000 that year. Holy smokes. That is some good coin. How to be a psychiatrist. Number one, you got to get a bachelor's degree. Number two, you got to take the medical college administration test called the MCAT. Number three, you got to complete medical school. Number four, you got to become licensed. Number five, you got to undergo a residency. After medical school, psychiatrists must complete a residency program in which they work directly with patients under the supervision of licensed psychiatrists. Okay, that's if you want to be a psychiatrist, but we got to train our young children, our youngsters. These jobs are not out of their reach. It's not off their head. They don't have to just dunk basketballs and catch touchdowns to make money, or be on the stage singing and dancing with their pants hanging down, killing people in the crowd, having people die in their crowds to come to their concerts just to make money. They can do other things. They can be professional people. That is what we got going on right now. That is the STEM job of the week, STEM C job of the week. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And I put the C on there for communication. You know how to communicate well, you can make a ton of money in this world, just communicating to people, whatever it is you're trying to communicate, once you set it up right. Okay, y'all. I think we're here now. We're here now. I think we are here. Let me get our lead topic. our lead topic. Y'all ready to discuss it? Hopefully y'all ready to discuss it. Let's talk about it. Okay. Is a black woman worth protecting and under what circumstances? Is the black woman, hold on, Sister Don, right? Teach them the sky's the limit. Yeah, you're right, Sister Don. You got to teach, in the Caucasian world, I mean, I think they do that more. I think you guys do that more, but most of us, I'm just telling the truth, in the black community, they don't push reaching for whatever most of the time. Most of us, we have been made such petty people that we try to even hold our children back from doing better than us. Instead of, it's supposed to be the reverse, right? You're supposed to encourage your children to go farther than you, right? That's the definition of father. Father, the definition of father is further. You're supposed to push your children further than you went, right? And set them up to go further than you. But a lot of times in our communities, we try to hold them back because we feel like we don't want you to outshine us and make us look like we didn't know what we was doing. And it's sad. It's sad. But we gotta change, Sister Don. We gotta change. Anyway, let's get to our main topic. What's our main topic? Our main topic is the black woman worth protecting and under what circumstance? Why do I need to even ask this question? Why? Why would we even need to ask if black women are worth protecting? Why is there even a question of it? There's no question that white women are worth protecting. There's no question that Asian women are worth protecting. There's no question of whether Latino women and all other are worth protecting. But there's a question of whether black women are to be protected. And when I say particularly from black men, I don't think any other race of men even question that or look at it. I think it's really a question for black men and what they think about it. Sister Warner, I think individuals are worth protecting. Perhaps the title black women may be too vague. Well, Sister Warner, I want to just cover, I should have said probably black females, because I don't want to put the age. Black women implies that their age makes a difference. I should have said black females in particular, period, because 75% of black women have experienced some type of sexual, black females have experienced some type of sexual misconduct at least once. And so that there's no age cutoff for that. A lot of our men are doing things to these black females, and is it a problem? Is it a problem? And why aren't more black men stepping up to say, hey, we understand that there's an issue here, but we're not going to let you just beat this sister down. We're not going to let it. Why? Why is it? Why is there a question? If we don't have to question no other race of women or no other race of females, why do we have to question whether black women need protection or not? Well, Brother Clarence, let's get into it. Okay. One of the reasons why we have to question whether black women need protection is because of their own behavior, right? A lot of black women have a lot of male characteristics, right? And they're the ones that get the airtime. They're the ones that get the time. They're the ones with the YouTube channels. They're the ones with the that are on regular TV, right? Very masculine black women. So, since masculinity is a turnoff for the average man, most black men are turned off by the masculinity of a lot of these black women. And some black women, I'm just going to tell you the truth, I'm just going to tell you the truth. Some black women will push that masculinity onto other younger black women. So the younger black women will be masculine because they think that guys think that's cute. It's not that guys think that's cute. What's actually happening in the situation where you at a club and you acting all masculine and you tripping and talking to guys all crazy and they're laughing at you, what they're actually doing is buying their time so that they can have sex with you. And they will fit in any groove they have to have sex with you. That's because that's what their goal is. Their goal is not to be around you. Their goal is to have sex with you. It is unfortunate, but these young women go in with the mindset thinking that being very masculine. What do I mean by being masculine? What do I mean by being masculine? I mean talking, very vulgar like a man would talk. It's the way that men talk when they're alone is very vulgar a lot of times. But and particularly black women talking with this very vulgar tone and very vulgar language. And they think it's cute. And I don't understand why they think it's cute. Like, what man has ever told them, yeah, you should talk like that. That looks cute. That's very sexually, only a disturbed individual would see a woman talking like that and say, you know what, that's sexually attractive. I'm attracted to you talking like that. The average man is going to be very turned off by that. But these women with these masculine behaviors, they say, I'm an alpha female. Hear me roar, right? Then when the man don't want to be around, oh, you can't handle me. I can't, because I want to be in a relationship that's worked like it's supposed to work. I don't want to be in a relationship where if you're the alpha, you can't have two alphas in a relationship. They're always going to be battling each other for the title, right? You're going to have you're going to have competition, which promotes anxiety, which is unsettling for everyone in the relationship because things can shift at any time, right? That's how the animal community lives. You can have a new lion come in and take over the pride in an instant. So everything is very dynamic. But in human relationships, things are not supposed to be as dynamic as that. But when you have two alphas, which means an alpha woman and an alpha man in the same situation, in the same family unit, there's always going to be conflict. There's always going to be conflict because like repels. Two alphas are not going to want to be. They're not, because the alpha's always going to want to be number one. The alpha's going to want to be number one. So if you have a woman that wants to be number one and a man that wants to be number one, they're going to always be at each other's throats. That's very dysfunctional behavior, and it's not good for the children. I'm talking to somebody, but they'll catch it. Let me get to some of these chats. Sister One, and yes, protecting females is a problem. I think single moms may have desensitized their male sons through domination. Oh, excellent point, Sister One. That's an excellent point. Why? Because they feel like, hey, the dominating the sons, they're getting back at the men that dominated them, right? So they dominate their sons. And the sons now, they send a son out, and I tell these women that do that to their sons, what you're doing is creating a violator. Or like MTR said, you're creating a supervillain. You're going to send a supervillain out there because you're dominating this man. Men ain't supposed to be dominated by women. They're not even supposed to be dominated by another man. They're supposed to look at another man, respect his authority, decide if they're going to follow it, and then follow it. They're not supposed to be forced to do anything because men are not made that way to be successful, being forced to do something. Men are not set up like that. But a lot of women don't respect that and understand that. They think, hey, I'm gonna just dominate my son and do everything, and then I'm gonna send him out into the world. And you sending a wrecking ball out there. Sister One, I call this phenomenon the precious effect. Vulgar mothers produce low basic daughters. Yeah, they do. And sons as well. Sons as well. A lot of these women don't understand um, why they have generational teen pregnancies, because you push that mentality onto your daughters, onto your sons. Go out there and give me a grandchild. But I'm 15. That's okay. Sister Don, that's a good point, Sister Wanda. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy up in here. But that's why we here. That's why we here, y'all. Because maybe 100 years from now, somebody's going to look at some of this stuff and maybe try to create some change based on what we're saying here today. But let's get back to why should the black woman be protected and under what circumstances? Well, first of all, let's ask the question. Why should we ask the question? We ask the question, why is that even a question? Should black women be protected? I thought all women should be protected. All women should be protected, unless they are a vicious criminal. Why should they be protected? We're not talking about the extreme woman that is a vicious criminal. We're talking about the everyday woman that's just trying to raise her children, or just trying to be a good woman, or even if they're not trying to be a good woman, they're not physically assaulting or committing any violent crimes. Why shouldn't they be protected if they find themselves in a situation where their protection is needed? Why should they not be protected? Well, like I said before, one of the reasons why black men back off of black women is because black women will tell you in a minute, a lot of them, I'm independent. I don't need no man, right? I don't need no man. Until a man break into her house. First one she's on the phone with is to the police, right? That's who she on the phone with. And who is 90% of the police forces of across the country of America? Men. But I don't need no man. She don't call and say, hey, send me only women police officers over here. Did she say that? No. She said, I don't need no man. I don't need no man for nothing. Right? When she buy a car, she say, hey, I only want women that worked on this car. I only want women that was in the robotics portion of the situation. I only want men that's working on this. She doesn't do that. So men see the hypocrisy in everything, right? Well, when a woman stands up and says, hey, I don't need no man at all, we can hear you saying, hey, I don't need no man in the relationship. But most women don't qualify what they're saying. So men take them at their word. When you say, I don't need no man, in your head as a woman, you might be saying, I don't need no man in a relationship. But other than that, I may need a man in the society. Of course you need men in this society. You don't say, hey, you don't go to your real estate agent and say, hey, I'm looking for a house that was only built by women. Find me a house that was only built by women, and then I'll only buy that house. No. You won't say to yourself, hey, find me a house where only women installed the pipes for the gas. Find me a house where only women set up the electrical wiring. Find me a house where only the women set up the water system. You don't do that, right? Most of the time, you can appreciate the fact that men set all of that stuff up, but yet say, I don't need no man. Okay, so men recognize the hypocrisy in that statement. Therefore, they say, well, if you're going to be a hypocrite, live your hypocrite life. If you want to be, I don't need no man, then you don't need me, and you don't need my protection. They look at it as disrespect when you say that. So how do we get around that? How do women get around that point? Well, first of all, in my opinion, black women have to stop saying, "I don't need no man." They have to stop saying that. They have to stop saying that, or qualify what you're saying. I don't need no man for a relationship. I appreciate men doing other things in this world. I can appreciate that, but to say I don't need a man at all, men look at that as men see that as hypocritical, and they don't respect that statement, and therefore that's why they back off of say, okay, well you don't need no man, cool. If something happened to you and some dude jump on you, you call the police and make sure you ask for only female officers. That's how men see it. I'm just telling you how men see it. Sister Wana, women have so much masculine energy that she no longer is viewed as needing protection. That is the point, Sister Wana. But you know what is doing it? You know what creates all this masculine energy? Premarital sex. The explosion of premarital sex. That is what's causing this issue. And women are walking around with so much male DNA in them that it is pushing them into a masculine space. And because black women, it depends, but I'm just saying, I'm talking as a black man, because that's mostly what I have tried to date is black women. I think I only tried to date one white woman and she put me down. So I was like, well, I guess probably white women ain't interested in me or whatever. But that was a long time ago. But so I've just always tried to date black women. And my perspective on looking at black women and dating black women, trying to date black women is they are very attractive, a lot of them, very attractive. And so what happens is they think because I'm so attractive, men will just put up with what I'm going to do and say. Right? Men will just put up with that. And they will. A lot of them will. A lot of men will just put up with what you're going to do and say just because of your appearance, your beauty appearance. But you got to understand that when your beauty appearance starts to go off the rails, now what? Now what? That's the problem. Now what? But a lot of women think, well, not especially the younger ones, they think I can act masculine because they these men put up with it. But as you get older, that masculine ain't so cute no more. It's not funny anymore. It definitely wasn't attractive in the beginning, but at least your beauty appearance made it so that the average guy was trying to sleep with you. These guys were trying to sleep with you. Now they ain't trying to sleep with you no more. Not just off your beauty appearance. Now you got to bring something. You older now. Now you got to bring something more to the table. Sister Wanda, women have to change. They have to change. They have no choice. They're gonna have to change. You know why? Because there's too much competition out there, Sister Wanda. It's just too much competition out there. See, back in the days, women were staying in their relationship, even though the man was cheating on them or they weren't happy or whatever the case may be. They were fighting for these relationships more. Now, women will leave a relationship at the drop of a hat. Boom. So if so many women are leaving all these relationships, there's so many more single women out there now. That means that men have so many more choices and options now. Now, a man don't have to marry you now. See, back in the day, man will have to marry you to, fully enjoy your intimate treasure box. Right? You may have done something here and there, a little something, but to really get to you, really get into your intimate treasure box and walk with you down that path, they knew they was gonna have to make a serious commitment to you. You ain't gotta commit to no woman today. It's so many women. Women outnumber men so much. A man don't have to commit to no woman now. And that's unfortunate. And who did that? Women. Women following the people like Oprah Winfrey gave you a lot of bad game. Oprah Winfrey she should be ashamed of herself. All the bad games she brought there. Tyra Banks, another one. She should be ashamed of herself. All the bad games she brought there. Ricky Lake, another one. Put out so much bad game. So much bad game. And the one now that's the biggest one of all. And I hate to hit my sister while she's down, man, but this is the truth. Wendy Williams, she gives out bad game on the daily. Bad game. When I say bad game, what do I mean by bad game? What you mean, Brother Clarence? What you mean by bad game? I mean, this woman gives such bad advice to women, especially the black ones. She gives such bad relationship advice. I don't see why they would even take advice from her. She couldn't even make her own marriage work, but yet you got these young women listening to Wendy Williams' advice on marriage and relationships. I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't stay in a situation like that. Mary J. Blige, another one. These women giving out advice, man. They can't even make their own relationships work. But we got to be smart enough to realize who's talking to us. Take the good from what they take the good from what they give you, and leave the bad. Leave the bad, right? But these young women don't know what's good or bad because they never really been in those serious relationships. And unfortunately, women gonna have to change because of the level of competition out there. Women are not being told that you don't have to stay in a relationship at all. Women, it used to be back in the day, it used to be the woman fighting to keep the relationship together. Now it's the men only fighting to keep the relationship together. But why? Why? Because a woman can go and get validated online now. She don't need a husband to get validated no more. Women don't need a husband to get validated. See, a husband justified and validated you as a woman, right? You felt justified in having his children. You felt justified in having his last name. Now, a woman don't need your last name to be justified. She could go on to YouTube or go on to Twitter or go on to IG and get 100,000 followers. That is, to today's woman, that's the same validation as having a husband, up to a certain point. She certainly don't need to be married to have children. She have children outside of wedlock all the time. These are things that men look at and say, this woman is not acting in accordance with her nature and what she should be. Why do I need to step out there and protect her? Why do I need to step out there and protect her? I'm going to explain that to you, brother. I'm going to explain that to you. You definitely need to protect all women, if you can, that are not causing they're not criminally harming somebody. But it's definitely a black woman because she's the least protected. At least white women, statistically, the courts look out for them. Number one. Okay, but black women statistically are not looked out. They are the least looked out for, statistically. And if we don't look out for them, who's going to look out for them? Especially black girls. Black girls, I gave you guys the stat last time, and I keep throwing it out here. The group with the highest rate of promiscuity under the age of 12 years old is who? Black females. They have the highest rate of promiscuity under the age of 12. That's very serious. That's a serious situation. But you say, man, that's on the women. No. They ain't being promiscuous by themselves. There has to be some man or some male around being promiscuous with them. So now, why do we look at black women as the point where we should just keep being promiscuous with them? Why do we look at them like that? Well, we can say that the media, the general media is promoting this. Even places like YouTube, they promoting this. They got people like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, promoting that you're strong when you're promiscuous. That shows strength. Really? Does it? How does promiscuity show strength? I mean, you willing to put yourself in a position where you can increase your odds of having an unwanted child pregnancy. You increasing your odds of having venereal diseases. You're increasing your odds of having all kind of serious infections such as C19 and other serious diseases. You increase your odds of being taken advantage of and violated, being places and being around people that have no regard for your safety. How are you strong? I wish they would come in and they would explain to us what is the strength. Where's the strength in that? Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Because I'll tell you right now, Cardi B, I know, I just see already, she would not want her daughter, just like she said, I don't let my daughter listen to my music, right? But she let your daughter listen to her music because you put her in a penthouse. You made her a millionaire. So it's okay for her to make your daughter listen to that music that promotes promiscuity. Because your daughters ain't nobody. But her daughter, she ain't going to let listen to her music. Why is her daughter better than your daughter? Why? Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. One of my neighbors came to my door. I had left my keys in my door. Man. All right, man. I gotta thank that brother. Anyway, where was I, y'all? Oh, I was beating up on Nicki Minaj. I was beating up on Cardi B. And I was saying that Cardi B said her daughter is better than your daughter. What if we did the same thing Cardi B did? We said, hey, I'm not going to let my daughter listen to Cardi B either. She go out of business today. See, we gotta think about what's going on. And why aren't we protecting black women? Why not? I gave a couple of reasons why. It's their thinking and how they express themselves. Black women express themselves as the type of women that don't need no protection, right? They say, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Oh, you don't? Nah, I don't need no man. Like I said, until somebody break into your house, you don't pick up the phone and say, hey, send me an all-women police force over here. Nah, you hoping that it's some men in that group. Or if it's a fire at your house, right? You don't say, hey, I just want all women firefighters over here. I don't want no male firefighters because I don't need no man. You crazy. 90% of the police and 90% of the fire force is men. You're going to be, your place will burn down if you ask for just women. It's like I was watching this thing today, but I'm just showing you how women think about things and they don't realize how they think about it. So I was watching this thing today about how women in the WNBA say they should get paid the same as the men players in the NBA. How can you say that? How can you say that? I mean, I can understand you thinking that, I can understand you saying we work just as hard. Yeah, you do. The women in the NBA and the WNBA, you do work just as hard, but you don't. Your business model does not bring in the money that the NBA does. Matter of fact, the NBA is subsidizing the WNBA. The NBA is actually paying their salary. They are not generating enough income to even pay the league. So then how can you say we deserve the same? If people are not watching the WNBA and it's men are not watching it because men are not interested in that sport. What they should be saying, what women should do, this was what women should do. Women should go to women and say, you need to watch our sport. That way you can have advertisers that will say, if women are going to watch this sport, then they're going to advertise to women on it, and then they will make money. But the reason why you're not getting paid what the men athletes are getting paid is because men athletes generate more money. Most people are willing to watch the men sports, and so the advertisers will pay. It ain't like on YouTube where they just anybody who's a influence can get paid. It's not like that in sports. Sports is generally men watching sports. It's generally men who pay. The advertisers will pay to get in front of the men. And if men ain't watching your sport, then advertisers ain't going to advertise there. That's the problem with the NBA, the WNBA. The business model doesn't work. It doesn't work. It has to be carried by the NBA. It's never going to be profitable. I don't say it won't never be profitable. It'll never be profitable until men are interested in watching the WNBA. When men start watching it at a high level, then it'll be profitable. But the mentality of the women was like, we should get paid the same. We work just as hard. We put in just as much time. We do that, and you do. But if you're not bringing money in, what difference does it make? What difference does it make that you out there working just as hard as any other man, but you ain't your league is not bringing in the money. Nobody wants to watch your league, especially women. Especially women. That's who you should be going after. In the WNBA, you should be going after female viewerships. You should be figuring out how can we get females to watch. Even females don't watch the WNBA. More females watch the NBA than the WNBA. But you should be going after the females because the females, once you get enough females watching it, men will find their way over there if there's enough females there. But hey, what am I talking about? What do I know? What do I know, right? But the business model doesn't work. But it's just a delusion of how she thought these WNBA players, certain ones of them, thought, hey, we should be getting paid the same amount. It's crazy. Let's get back to our topic, protecting black women and under what circumstances. Do black women, well, first of all, do black women need protection? I think they do. I think they do. They have a lot of things happening to them that go unnoticed. They have a lot of things happening to them that go unnoticed, right? A lot of violations, a lot of sexual assaults. I mean, they say what? Only 1 in 4 sexual assault black women were reported. Only 1 in 4, maybe. So, I mean, they got a lot of stuff happening to them. And you know what? The sad part about it is, black men, it's mostly us that's doing it. It's mostly us doing it. We're doing this stuff. But the question is, why? Why are we looking at black women like, hey, because you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because most of these guys that do this type of stuff, they realize that most of the time black women won't report it. They only report a few. They don't report it at every time. Why? Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of times when black women report crimes like that, they have to go above and beyond to prove it. They have to go above and beyond. They can't just say, hey, this happened to me, test me, this and that. A lot of times. It's getting better for them, but it's still bad. It's still bad. So these creeps know this shit. That's why they do this stuff to them. They don't jump on a white woman because they know that the court system is mostly is mostly geared to protecting white women, as it should. I'm not saying it shouldn't, but I'm saying it should protect everybody, right? You see that scale, that the justice scale. What does the lady have across her eyes? She has a blindfold, right? She has a blindfold on her eyes because she ain't supposed to see what you look like. She's supposed to just give out justice based on what justice is needed, right? Sister Wanda, to keep it real, nobody wants to look at it. Well, nobody wants to look at sweaty women. Sister Wanda, I mean, you know what? It's not. I don't know. Well, as a basketball fan, I don't. It's not that I don't want to look at sweaty women. What it is they just don't have the. They don't. They don't have the flowing movement that a men's game would have. A lot of times they don't. A lot of times they don't. And so because they have all this extra meat that they have to tie down, hold back, whatever, they just can't move like a man. And it's if you're used to watching men, do it, it's just you when you want to see men get out like that because men will, they can put their all into it, whereas a woman, she can put as much as she can into it. I don't know. Maybe you're right, Sister Wanda. Maybe nobody wants to see sweaty women, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think that the average people, and especially women, I just think that they'd rather see men's sports than women's sports. I just think that that's just the way they look at it. They'd rather see men gladiators than women gladiators. But I think that the WNBA, you should go after women viewers, some kind of way, go after them and try to get women to watch more. Because if you get more women watching the WNBA, I guarantee you more men will watch it if more women watch it. I guarantee you. The men will be where the women are at. If you get more women watching it, the men will show up. Anyway, protecting black women. Yeah, so I'm talking about, and you know what, y'all? I appreciate y'all that's in here because it's an ugly topic. Nobody wants to talk about this shit, right? You go to other people's pages, what they're talking about, nothing. Where they ain't talking, not nothing, but they're talking about feel good. It's all kumbaya and hugs, right? Somebody got to talk about this stuff. Somebody got to talk about it. I'm here. I'm trying to talk about it in a way where we can get something done, not just to be throwing rocks at people, but get something done. Nobody wants to admit that black women are being sexually assaulted a lot. Nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Not nobody, excuse me. I'm just going to be real with you. The rest of them are trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get monetized too, but I'm going to always tell you the truth. I know it's going to be a much slower walk for me than them. They're not going to never talk about stuff like this. It's all going to be kumbaya and hugs and feel good and and that's good. We need that. But you also need somebody like me that's going to talk about these hard issues and try to do it in an intelligent way to solve some of these problems. Anyway, getting back to the sisterhood having all of these different issues because these creeps know that black women on the average are not going to the police for stuff, and even if they do go to the police put them on the back burner. They don't put them on the front burner to go out and catch these creeps. So these creeps know it. So they take advantage of that and they jump on the sisterhood. I'm talking about black men, creeps, willing to violently violate and not even just the grown women. At least a grown woman got a chance, a small chance of fighting off, but they jump on our young girls. They jump on these young girls because their mind get twisted. I was working out here in West Los Angeles. I was working out here in West Los Angeles. And I was working at this place where I was working at this high school where the assistant principal had to let me in to the area I need to work in, right? I would see him maybe once every month or once every other month or something just to check on the equipment. So I had to go visit this equipment. And so one day, and for years, we would joke around, and black man like me, brother, we would joke around about it, about a lot of different things, talk about the weather, whatever, right? On the walk from me, him walking me to the equipment and him letting me into the equipment, and then me coming back out, we would just joke about stuff, right? One day I go into the school, and he said, and I asked for him. I would just walk right into the main office and ask for him. They said he don't work here no more. I said, really? Oh, okay. But nobody would say what happened. So they said, well, he don't work here, but we gonna get you the guy that replaced him. I said, okay. So they get the guy that replaced him. So another brother. So me and the brothers walking to the equipment room, and he said, I asked him, I said, hey, what happened to so and so, man? Where's he at? He got a promotion. I thought he had got a promotion, right? He said he got fired. I said, why he got fired? He said they found out he was having sex with 2 or 3 of these young girls up here. This was a high school. The guy was probably, in his 40s, married, children, pension. I mean, we're talking about the school board. Guy's set for life, right? Shut up and keep your hands in your pockets. But what happened? What happened that twisted his mind and said, it's okay for me as a grown man to mess with a 16-year-old girl? So I asked the dude, I said, what happened? He said, you know what? He said, a lot of these girls, they look like women. They not women, but they look like women. And if you're not mentally understand that at all times, you could slip and think you're dealing with a grown woman. But you're not dealing with a grown woman. You're dealing with you dealing with somebody who's not right. You know what I'm saying? A youngin'. And I said, you're right. Sister Wanda, okay, well, WNBA is boring. I mean, it is if you, Sister Wanda, I'm trying to be nice. It is if you, if you like a quicker paced game. You know what I mean? It is. But like I said, for their business model to work, right? Like right now, they don't make enough money to pay their employees. The NBA is actually giving them money. It gives them money every year. Their budget is within the NBA's budget. The NBA pays all the salaries over there. The NBA subsidizes them because they bring in a little money, but they don't bring in a whole bunch of money to be paying no athletes no millions of dollars. They don't bring in that kind of money. So then why do you think you should earn that kind of money if you ain't bringing it in, right? I can understand. Now, I'm going to tell you the women that do have a case. The women that do have a case is the soccer leagues. The women's soccer leagues, they have a case. They have a case because they fill those stands up. They bring in that money. So they have a case. But women, the WNBA, forget it. You guys are never going to make the same kind of money. I mean, unless you can get men to go there, unless you get enough women to go there where men will say, well, damn, is this where the women at? I'll go over there. Right? Anyway, let me get back to protecting the black woman. Many of these black women have had different sexual situations happen to them. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But, like I said, the court system has shown that it's biased against black women. The creeps up. So the creeps step into the gap. The creeps step into the gap, and they start messing with not only black women but young black females, young ones. That, man, you know what? You can't do that nowhere else. You can't do that. But in the black community, because men are walking around saying "F the community," I ain't with that. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. I don't care if you catch this on a replay or not. Anytime you see a content creator saying "F the black community," you need to cut them a loose right there. It was hard for me because when I first got on YouTube, I had a lot of content creators that, I felt like, man, I agree with a lot of what they're saying. But when they start saying F the community, that's it. It was hard. I had to let them go. Difficult in light. What is the solution? What is the solution to what, sir? I don't know what you're talking about in particular, because I've been talking about a couple of different things. Talked about black women, talked about the WNBA, talked about Kyle Rittenhouse, I talked about a lot of different things. What in particular are you asking me what the solution is for? Help me out. Let me know what you're talking about. Anyway, let me get back to black women. So what can we do? What can we do? Well, I'm still talking about reasons why black women are looked at as they don't need our protection. Then they will discard us. So many of us get discarded by black women. I mean, I tried to date a white woman, that didn't work out. I tried to date this black sister, dark sister, that didn't work out. She just pushed me to the side like nothing, man. I was like, man. Phew. So I left women alone for a while. I said, yeah, I can't date the white ones or the black ones. What's going on with me? But luckily, I decided, hey, let me give it another try. Let me try it again. Let me step in there and see what's going on. So I stepped in there and tried to do what was going on, and it kind of worked out for me later on. The more confidence I got with women, the more it kind of worked out for me. But that's me. Most men get rejected by women. See, women don't understand because women are most of the time not dealing with rejection. Most men, and especially now, see, when you had a father, you got to deal with rejection. Dad, can I go down the street and play with them? No. See, you learn how to deal with rejection when you got a father. But now, where's the father? The father's not in the house. So these guys don't know how to deal with rejection. Now they go out, ask a girl out, and the girl say, you know what? I don't think it's going to work out, so I don't want to go out with you. They can't handle it. They want to go upside the girl's head or do something crazy or something. They can't handle it. Father's not in the house. Oh boy, another troll. What's the solution to your problem? What problem is that? Can you clarify what problem I have? Are you suggesting that I'm black? My blackness is being a problem? Is that my problem? I don't know. If you could clarify it, then we could talk about it. Anyway, like I said, yeah, where was I? Oh, we're talking about defending black women. So we got all these different issues happening, all these different things happening. And so, of course, if we don't think they were protected, guys from other races don't think they were protected. And they jump off, they sound off on them too. Right? Oh, I know what I was talking about. I was talking about that the fathers are not in the home, right? Lyndon Baines Johnson set up the welfare program, right? His thing was, hey, I'm gonna have these black people voting Democrat for the next 200 years. I believe that's what he said, right? So he put him on the welfare program. What the welfare program was to do was push the black man out of the house, which he successfully did, right? Hold on, I got another troll. You're talking about your problem, issues, concerns with women. So, what is your solution? Oh, with the black women. Okay, my solution. We're gonna get to the solution. Just hang tight. Hang tight. If you don't want to hang tight, I understand. Difficult in light, whatever. Uh, you can go to another. You can go to somebody else doing live stream or something, whatever. This is I move at my pace. So sit tight, or you can move on. Anyway, so that's another issue. That's another issue that men are not in the house. So now, what's gonna happen? Now, what's gonna happen? Well, these boys are not learning how to deal with rejection properly, right? Because if you got a mother, I'm gonna tell you what boys typically do. With a woman, boys typically do is they harass the woman into doing what they want. Mama, can I have a McDonald's? No. Mama, please, no. Mama, please, no. Mama, please, no. And then finally, they just become so unruly that the woman say, "Boy, forget it. I'll just go up there and get you something." Or now you can call Uber Eats or whatever, right? So the boy learned, hey, all I gotta do is harass her enough, and she gonna do it. You can't do that to a man. Man's gonna, you harass me, I'm gonna harass you more. That's how that's gonna go with a man. And ultimately, you're gonna lose. If you living in my house, you're gonna lose. So it's best that you're gonna have to take this no, put it up under your armpit and walk out of the door with it. But you learn how to deal with rejection. These young guys don't know how to deal with rejection, man. They can't take it. So what they do, women say, I don't want to be with you. What? They want to put their hands all on the woman and beat her all down. Why? Why? Because they feel like black women ain't nothing. Why? What really started was gangster rap. Gangster rap showed America that black women ain't nothing but bees and hoes, right? Where they can have 50,000 people out there saying bees ain't nothing but tricks, bees ain't nothing but tricks and hoes, right? But they know they talking about black women. They're not talking about no other woman but the black woman. You don't even see them guys out here today saying, I'm sorry for what I did. I got daughters. And I really shouldn't have said that out in the open public like that. But why do they care? What do they care? It's just black women you're talking about. Should black women be protected? I think they should. I think they should. Now that we've seen a lot of these issues, a lot of these reasons why black women are not protected, now let's look at how they can be protected. How can they be protected? Well, first of all, before we say how they can, let's look at some circumstances where they should be protected. What kind of circumstances should they be protected? Well, they should be protected on almost every circumstance. Let's look at some circumstances where they shouldn't be protected. Circumstances where a black woman shouldn't be protected is, I don't know. Or let me put it like this. A circumstance where black women shouldn't be protected is on the very rare occasion, an extreme situation where they have committed some type of violent crime where people have been hurt, injured, or killed. Then we can't run in and protect you like you the victim if you're the perpetrator perpetrating these crimes on people. But only in that situation, in my opinion, that's the only situation. In every other situation, especially when, let's say, you walk up, a man and a woman are having an argument, and the man is, the woman starts beating on the man, and to protect himself, he starts beating back on her. Should you say, oh well, she needs to be protected? No, what you need to do in that instance, you should call the police. Only time you need to step in is when you feel like somebody may, and it's your decision, if somebody may get killed. may get injured, seriously injured or killed. And it's your decision at that time to what you're going to do. But ultimately, you at least should call 911. You should at least call 911. But what do a lot of us do as men? Shit, I don't know what she did. I don't know what she did while this man is beating on her. So let me just stay out of it. No, if you see a man beating on a woman, I don't care if he's in the right. If you see that he is just, I mean, pummeling her, she has just got she's getting beat down. No, you need to call the police. You need to call the police. I ain't no snitch. That ain't snitches. Snitches is when you was a party to the criminal behavior, and you telling on other people to get yourself free. That's a snitch. You reporting behavior that somebody may get hurt or killed. That's not a snitch. Unfortunately, we got that twisted. Sister Wanda, the solution is a spiritual one. Black people treat God as a side dish. They do. They do. Unfortunately, they do. I'm gonna get to that, Sister Wanda. I'm gonna get to the fact that we just walked away from our original teachings, and now we are just absolutely out there. We don't know if Christianity is right. We don't know if Islam is right. We don't know if Judaism is right. We don't know if this religion is right. We don't know if that religion is right. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. We don't have a scale to measure how things are. But like I said, remember before I said we so screwed up, we still voting Democrat. Vote Democrat. It has not helped us at all. But we still do it. We should be voting for whoever gonna do for us, Democrat or Republican. They should never, none of them should be able to say, well, I know I got the black vote, but the Democrats can say, I know I got the black vote. Why? Like I said, they run up in here and say, hey, don't vote for the racist Republican. Job done. Job done in the black community. We ain't got to do nothing but say, don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump. He's a racist. They ain't got to come in here and say, they ain't got to sit down with you and say, this is our program. This is what we're going to fix. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. They ain't got to say none of that. All I got to do is say, well, Jesse Jackson is a Democrat. Al Sharpton's a Democrat. I'm going to be a Democrat. No. Those people are getting paid to be Democrats. That's the difference between you and them. They're getting paid to be Democrats. You ain't. You losing every time you just give your vote to one party. I would say the same thing if you was just voting Republican. I'm just going to vote Republican. No, you should vote for whoever's expedient. Whoever's expedient for you, that's who you should vote for. But like Sister Wanda said, this is the reason why you stuck like Chuck is because you off your spiritual game. You don't know who you are. You like that man in the Bible, right? The Good Samaritan. You're been hit in the head and left on the side of the road, and you don't know who you are. You have amnesia. You don't know who you are. Sister Enya, peace, Elder. Can't stay but one stop. But I know, Sister Enya, you catch us on the replay. Go do what you got to do. Handle your business. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. But yeah. I know most of you guys probably got things to do. I appreciate the ones that's actually just still sitting here. Appreciate you. I know you guys got things to do. It's Sunday afternoon. That's why I can't catch up to Brother Jarvis no more. He had so many things he was putting on the back burner for me. And so I said, hey, man, let me just leave that guy alone. Let him go do his thing. This is my dream. This is my goal, is to be able to talk to you guys and put some information. And if one person say, you know what, that changed my life, what you said, and helped me see things a different way, and now my life has changed for the better, that's all that counts. I'll let these other guys get 1,000 subscribers. Let them get it. Let them get monetized. They're never going to talk about the topics I'm talking about. They can't. I can. So I'm going to do it. We got different goals. We got different vision. Their vision is to, we need a lot of kumbayas. So they're in the kumbaya group. I'm in You know what I'm saying? I'm into getting people out of the gutter business. That's my business. My business ain't taking people that's clean already and helping them be, better people. That's good. They got a lot of pages like that. This page is to take people up out the gutter, help you. I mean, when I say gutter, I mean spiritually you in the gutter. Spiritually, you may look like you got a job. Like me, I was spiritually in the gutter. I was a mess. I looked like I had it all together, but I didn't. On the inside, I was dying every day because I wasn't living my truth. I knew I wanted to be a good person, but I was stuck in this character of living three different lives. The life I lived in front of my family, the life I lived in front of my spiritual brotherhood, and the life I was actually living out there on the street. I was living all these different lives. It was tiring. God on one day smiled on me and put somebody in front of me to show me how to walk away from that. That's why I'm the dusty for the dusties. I'm for the dusties because I know what it's like to be dusty out there. I know what it's like to be a walking hypocrite. I know what it's like to be like that. These other people, they don't have no clue. They don't have no clue. So I'm the slave for the slave, the free for the free. They the free ones. The free for the free, the slave for the slave. My job is to go through these YouTube streets and get people who are spiritually on their last leg. Because I know what it's like to be like that. I know what it's like to live like that. But God came and saved me, and I know He can save you. If you out there, you listening to this on a replay. Anyway, getting back to our lead topic is about black women and are they worth saving and under what circumstances? And I said already, though, only a circumstance I can see where they ain't worth saving is if they are a menace and a threat, a deadly threat to other people. Then you got to at least pick up the phone and call the police to come and get them. Now let's see. Now I was asked the question: how do we? What's the solution to this issue? What is the solution to saving black women or protecting black women rather? Because you can't save anybody; they have to save themselves. As Will Smith is finding out. Let me just touch on that topic. Will Smith is finding out. What does this Will Smith and Jada Smith situation prove? It proves that it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how nice of a house you live in, how much expensive cars and bodyguards you got. That don't mean you're gonna be happy. That don't mean you're gonna be fulfilled. Let me say, I don't want to use the word happy because happy is a dynamic situation. You ain't gonna be happy every time, every second. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not. So things happen. People pass away. People get accidents happen. Things happen. You're not gonna be happy all the time. What you want is fulfillment. You want fulfillment. You want your life to mean something. That's what you want. This man made all these movies. Got so much money. He got more money than God. Got all this money. And he can't do the one thing he wanted to do, which was to make his wife happy. He couldn't do it. He finally figured out, I can't make this woman happy. I can't make her happy. I was even willing to let her have sex with other men to have her happiness, so that I could give her happiness. That ain't even gonna do it. Allowing her to have sex with other men, that didn't even bring her happiness. Why? Because she's spiritually dead. She is spiritually dead. She is not connected to the God. Because if she's connected to God, she would appreciate everything that this man has done for her. The man said, I'm going to let you have sex with other men And maybe you appreciate me for doing that. You'll even see that as a gesture for my love for you, that I'm willing to dis uh, dishonor myself by allowing you to be entered by another man. Did she see it that way? No. No, she didn't see it that way. What did she see? The more he tried to show her that he had, the more he tried to show her that he uh, was trying to make her happy, the more she saw him as a punk. What he didn't realize is she ain't looking for no punks. She's looking for a man. She's looking for a man to take control of her situation. What he was trying to do is concede to her. Oh, if that's gonna make you happy being a swinger, oh okay, I'll let you do that. No, what she needed is somebody to say, hell no, I'm not gonna let you swing, But you know what he was scared of? You know what he was scared of? He was scared of the fact that he was gonna be by himself at 50 something years old and not have his wife. He was scared of. He should have told her, kick rocks. Kick rocks. You don't want to be with me because I won't let you go sleep with other men? Girl, kick rocks. If I have to be here out here by myself for the rest of my life, I ain't gonna be with no woman that's gonna be sleeping with other men. But what, he was too scared of her because he feel like he's in love with her. I love her too much. I can't let her go. Why can't you let her go? Does she really deserve your love? She really never did. But see, you know what? We as men, we don't want to face the fact. We don't want to face the reality. We don't want to face the reality. The reality is, I get you, Sister Wanda. I get you. I'm not trying to say that, you know, you should vote for whoever's going to do the most for you. I would have voted for Trump too. If I thought Trump would do more for us than good old Joe, I would have voted for Trump. But in my opinion, they was both about the same. In my opinion, but that's how we should think. If Trump gonna do it, but Trump's racist. I don't care what he does on his spare time. If he's gonna come in and take care of business here, then I'm gonna vote for him. You think all the white pastors like Trump? They didn't like Trump, but they knew Trump was gonna pass all them gun laws and everything else that they need to make sure that they're gonna be all right. But anyway, we get off the topic, Sister Juana. Appreciate you sharing that with us. Back to Will and Jada Smith. Back to Will and Jada Smith. The man was too doggone scared of her to do anything. He was too scared of her. Oh, I don't want to make her. I don't want to make her leave. She gonna leave. So what? So what? But he felt, man, I got too many years involved in this. I got too many years invested in this situation. I can't just let her go. You better find a way to let her go, because ultimately that's what's gonna happen. Now you gotta put on TV where you crying all the time. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. You gotta put on TV where you losing weight for her. All this stuff is for her. You doing all this stuff for her, and you need to do something for you. She trying to get you to do something for you. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Your wife is just not a good person for you. I'm not saying she's not a good person. She's just not good for you. You need to be with a woman that brings the man out in you. This woman brings the female out in you. That's not good. That's not good. See, you guys were able to cover it up before social media. You guys would keep it covered, right? You guys was actually able to make it look like, it was a normal situation. She was being a female and you was being a male. You was able to cover that up for a long time. But now, Social media has come, and now you ain't able to do it. This is just the kind of female that black men look at and say, why should I invest time into this person? I'm not saying Jada Pinkett is a bad person. I don't know the sister. I don't know her. So I can't say, oh, you're a bad person. What I can say is you're a bad person for him. For Will Smith, you're a bad person for him. You do not bring out the masculine qualities that's within that brother. You do not bring those qualities out. You bring out the feminine qualities in that brother. And I don't think that's what a wife is supposed to do. Now the man is out there looking like he's so pathetic. Now he's out there with a show. I gotta lose weight. I gotta lose 20 pounds. For what? How I gotta lose weight? I can get as fat as a heifer cow if I want to. I'm the one paying for everything around here. Why I gotta lose weight? You should lose weight just because it's you, brother, because you want to be healthier. Not because your wife. Or if you feel like your wife deserved that and she has earned the fact that you were gonna do that for her, yeah, okay. I don't see that in your wife. When I look at your wife's situation, man, I'm not in it, so I can't say, oh, I know everything is going on. No, what I see is what I see, and I see your wife looks like a very self-centered person, because she should have thought enough of you to say, hey, brother, I'm not gonna put this out there. They may find out about it, but what I'm gonna say is, you know what, I made a mistake. Not, oh, I got an entanglement, and we doing this together. We agreed that we gonna do this together. Are you crazy? You're making your husband look like a fool more and more every day. And unfortunately, you probably have isolated him from anybody who could step to him and say, man, stop what you're doing. But because everybody eating off of this man, yeah, go ahead, go out there and do it. They're eating off of him. Nobody can step up and say, hey, Will, man, come on, what you doing? What are you doing, man? But it's all coming out in the wash. It's all coming out in the wash. They never really had a good relationship in the first place. If you think if they had a good relationship, he'd be doing some bullshit like he's doing now. I gotta lose 20 pounds, I gotta lose weight. And crying on camera and all that bullshit. You think he really would be doing that if they had a good relationship? Of course not. Of course not. But that's how men don't see. Women will walk around with black eyes because they have the physical wounds, right? Men have the emotional wounds. Men walk around with the emotional wounds. And so it comes out in their behavior. They start doing dumb stuff like have a TV show where they're crying all the time, and they have they got to do stuff for a woman that already have slept with other men that you agreed to let it happen. And a woman like that, a woman like that will tell you, you're a strong man for letting me do that. Are you crazy? You ain't strong for letting your wife. I mean, if she's just your girlfriend, maybe you could do it. But this woman got your last name, and she letting other dudes go up in her, and this is the one we know about. There are probably 2 or 3 off the books we don't even know about. Sad situation. But once again, that happens when men don't have guidance. They don't have guidance. And then a woman comes along and she wants guidance. She doesn't know how to express that to you, but she wants guidance. Women want guidance, in my opinion. And who wants to be with a woman that does not want guidance? Is that sexual? Is that sexy? Is that, who wants to be with a woman like that? Will Smith, apparently, right? I can't live without her. What? I can live without anybody. I can live without anyone. Well, put it like this: I can live if you can live without me. If your goal is to mistreat me, I can live without you. How about that? Is that a little more accurate, y'all? If your goal is to mistreat me, I can definitely live without you. I don't care how fine I think you are, how many years I spent with you, I don't care. If your goal is to mistreat me, all of a sudden now I can live without you. Well, why am I like that? Why am I like that, y'all? Why? Because I got a spiritual. I have accepted the spiritual knowledge that and light that's come into me, where I ain't worried about what you think about me. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about, oh, I ain't getting no validation. I care less if I get no validation. I could care less if a woman coming to, I would like a woman, don't get me wrong. I'm a natural man. I love women. But I don't love a woman more than I love the respect that I have for myself. I'm not at that point in my life anymore. I was at a point in my life like that, but I'm at a point in my life where if I was in a situation where no woman ever talked to me ever again, I'd be cool. Long as I could keep doing this work, long as I could keep doing this work and keep pushing this program to try to help young men do better than I did when I was out there, that's all I need. That's all I need. But if I'm going to have a woman in my life, then the woman got to be something special. She got to do something. She got to be something special. Can't have a woman in my life that's going to be pushing me all over the court. You know what I mean? Telling me, oh, well, you got to make me happy. I'm bored. Let me tell you something, man. And some of y'all might be catching this on the replay. When a woman tells you she's bored, that's a woman telling you that she don't have the mental capacity to create. She is not connected to God enough to create and stimulate herself to lock into the relationship that you got. What? That don't mean that. It exactly means that. It exactly means that. When a woman tells you, I'm bored. Okay, what you want to do? I don't know. What she's telling you is she expect you to jump through some goddamn hoops, like people were jumping through hoops before you got with her. And she want other men to jump through hoops. That's the problem with a lot of women now. They want everybody to jump through hoops for them. Men are tired, and they don't have to jump through hoops. A lot of women don't understand, man. The marketplace is so packed with women. Why do I have to jump through hoops? I may have had to jump. It's like if gold was sold in the supermarket. You go and buy gold in the supermarket. It's on the shelf. The price would plummet because it's right there on the shelf. You don't have to do all of that. You don't have to go find no place and take a Geiger count and all that. You don't have to do all of that no more. It's right there on the shelf. You can go right there and buy it. That's the situation that women are in. Women are walking away from their relationships, walking away from their marriages, walking away from everything. They're walking away from all of these different things, all these different types of relationships. So there's much more women available. Women used to fight for their relationships to stay together, but they don't have to now. Why? Because the same validation they were getting in the relationships, they can get it from social media. You can get 25, 30 different hey beautifuls every morning. 25 or 30 good night beautifuls before you go to bed every day. That is good. That will pump your head up. And I'm sure that happened to Jada Pinkett, among other things. But as a man, you should never agree to let your woman be in. I just did a live stream about Saint the Sinner going in on this love community thing, right? Where there's 2 husbands and 2 wives. Crazy. If you're gonna if you're gonna be with a woman and she's gonna be having sex with somebody else, you need to be not living with her and she not married to her. I mean, at least, because you can't control what somebody does on their own time, but being married to somebody that's having sex with somebody else, that is crazy. I mean, talking about as a man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Once you show a woman that you accept that life, she's not going to respect you. She's never going to respect you again. That's the problem that Will Smith is. He's trying to get respect from this woman. She should never respect him because he's already opened the door and said, he made the mistake of thinking if I allow her to have sex with other men, she will see it as a gesture of my love. She will see how deeply I love her by allowing that to take place. Therefore, she will respect me based on that knowing and seeing how deeply I love for her. He made that mistake in his head. He didn't realize as a woman and the particular type of woman that she is, she saw that as weak. She saw that as weakness, and it only further turned her off. It further turned her off from that situation. I'm going in, huh? Sister Don, I agree with you, Brother Clarence. She will never respect him as a man. He is weak to her. Yeah, I mean, she weak. He weak to her. If you have a man, if you walk up to a man that you in a serious relationship with, and you say to him, "Hey, I'm thinking about sleeping with other guys. What you think about that?" Really? Oh, go for it. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm here for you no matter what. That's the mistake that guys like that make. Guys like Will Smith make that mistake. I'm here for you no matter what. Instead of, because they ain't got the balls to say, you know what, I love you, but you got to kick rocks. It's time for you to kick rocks. If you really want to live that lifestyle, divorce me and go live it. If it's meant to be, we'll get back together. But you got a period in your life now where you need to smash on all these dudes. Cool. You can't control what somebody else wants to do. But what you need to do is to free that person and let them go live their best life. But see, what he wanted to do is have the best of both worlds. He didn't particularly care for her doing that, but he knew that if he didn't do it, she's going to go do it anyway. But at least now he feel like, oh, well, I still got control over her. I still got some type of hold on her. For what? You got a hold on nothing. You got a hold on somebody that doesn't even respect you and looks at you like you a clown. How can a woman respect you when you tell her, hey, go ahead and have sex with other men? A woman will never respect you like a man. And that type of situation will fall off the rails at some point. Like it did for Will Smith. You're right, Sister Don. Never gonna respect him. Never. The best thing he could do right now is to divorce her. If he wants to get his self-respect back, the best thing he could do right now is divorce her. Let her go. Let her walk away. Sister Wana, Jada has Jezebel energy, and we know what happened to Jezebel. Yeah. She has Jezebel energy. But I don't blame her. He been knowing this. See, we just finding this out. We're finding this out. He been knowing this. He been dealing with her for all these years, right? Sister Don, there's really no man that want his woman with another man. No, not no sane man, not no man with his head on straight. No, there's widows out there that get off on stuff like that, but they are the few and far in between. Most men want a woman to them. The value of the woman, the whole point of having a woman is that you are the only one with access to her womb. That's the whole point. Why would you be in a relationship with a woman where you don't know what a woman's doing when she's not with you? So I'm not going to count. I'm going to Most men going to assume that if you're not with me, you're not giving your vagina to somebody else, right? So let's just go operate off of that. No man wants his woman with another man. No decent man. No, you don't want no. Why would you want your woman with another man? I'm paying, even if I ain't paying all your bills. Even you say you connected to me. If you connected to me, then I want you just with me. That just makes no sense. But like I said, Sister Don, what he did was Will Smith, felt that, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show her how much I care, how deeply I care about her. So I care so deeply for her, I'm willing to allow you to sleep with other men. In her mind, she said, that's how much value he got on my vagina. He's willing to let me give it to another man, and he gonna sit here and watch me do it. But she already knew it. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, the rest of us, it just got verified at this point in the game. There's already been rumors about this happening way back. So he's been dealing with this. He should have walked away from her a long time ago. You see what I'm saying, Sister Donnie? He should have walked away from her a long time ago. Sister Wanda, Will let her sleep around and was trying to be gangster like Tupac, but Tupac would never stay with a woman who cheated. I don't know if he would or wouldn't. I can't speak for Tupac because he had a little craziness going on himself. But I know that you're right about him trying to be gangster with her and trying to. He thought. See, this is what happened, Sister Wanda. He thought if I show her how I show her that I care about her enough to let her sleep with other men, she'll see that as a gesture of my love, and she will see that and she will respect that, and she will say, wow, he really loves me. He's willing to let me give my vagina to other men. Men like that don't realize that's not how women see that. Women see that like this. You willing to let me give my vagina? You must don't care about me like I thought you did. Okay, so when you say to a woman, okay, you can go and sleep with other men, I'll be here no matter what. When you say that, a woman's always going to put your words to the test. I'll be here no matter what. That's the wrong thing to say to any woman because a woman's going to put you to the test. Well, let me put it like this. A woman like Jada Pinkett is going to put you to put your words to the test. Oh, you're going to be here no matter what I do? Oh, okay. Let me rack up a bunch of penises and see if you're going to be here. Next thing you know, you coming in the house, the dude's in the house, just like with Will Smith. This guy's over the house all the time. But Will Smith trying to act like now, because it hit the public, I didn't know or I just found out. They've been doing this stuff. You and me, we just found out about it. It just got verified now. He been going through this. The question is, what should he have done in the beginning when she first raised this question, or whatever, when they first brought to his attention that she wanted to start having sex with other men? What should he have done? What should he have said? Sister Don, I agree, it's been going on. Yeah, it's been going on. We've been hearing rumblings about this for years between them two. Sister Don, he should have left. I agree, he should have left. But the question, Sister Don, why didn't he? Why didn't he leave? When he first got wind that she wanted to live this type of lifestyle, why didn't he leave? Because he did like Kanye West. He thought he could handle it. See, men think, I can handle this. I can handle it. Kanye West thought, hey, I know Kim Kardashian been with all these different dudes. There's videos out there now with her having sex with all these different guys, right? Outside of the guys, there ain't no videos on the other guys, but there's a lot of public information about her being sexual with other dudes. Kanye West thought, I can handle this because I'm the only one that got babies out of her. I'm going to give her these babies and I can handle this. And he tried to handle it, but it ultimately drove him crazy. That knowledge of her being dealt with by other men ultimately, that's why body counts are so important for men. Men are pay attention to that, and it bothers men. They may act like and say, "Oh, it don't bother me," but it do bother them. It does bother them, and it should, because I'm supposed to protect and preserve every vagina around me. I'm supposed to do that. And if somebody's giving vagina away, but yet walking back under my umbrella of protection, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And Will Smith didn't see it as something was wrong. A woman is never going to respect you if you let her have sex with other men. She'll never respect you like a man. Never. Sister Donna, right. I don't know the answer. I am 55. Men were different when I was coming up. I'm 53, Sister Donna. I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean. This was unacceptable. And if it is acceptable, you can't be like Kanye West and Will Smith. You sign up for it, you sign up, okay. Then we should know about it as the public. We should know. You should go in the parties where you got to wear a mask and you just got to do your thing. You do your thing. But we don't never hear about it. But why are we hearing about it now? We're hearing about it now because these men cannot handle it. That's a lot to handle. Your wife come out in the public and say, yeah, I was racking up penises. I rack up penises. And just sit there and watch you cry and not even bat an eye. Not even bat an eye. It was so many men wished that they was Will Smith and could be married to Jada Pinkett. So many people, so many men. Now, who wants to be married to Jada Pinkett? Who really wants to be married to Jada Pinkett? Jada Pinkett she is a nightmare to be married to. Sister Don, yes, so in our generation it would not have happened. If it did, the man would leave in a minute. He would either, I would say it's two things, Sister Don. He would either leave or he would buck up and roll with the program. See, Will Smith and Kanye West, they didn't buck up and roll with the program. Will Smith, he folded up under the pressure. So did Kanye West. They folded up under the pressure. So if you're going to agree to do that, then you got to stick with the program all the way through. But it's hard to stick with the program all the way through. You got your wife out there publicly telling people, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this." I have a random penis every now and then. No big deal. My husband said he's okay with it. You look like an idiot. Or in the Kanye West situation, it wasn't even what Kim was currently doing. It was her past that kept coming up. That past kept him in doubt of his own ability. It drove him crazy. And his mama wasn't there. His mama was always there to walk him back off the ledge. His mama's not there no more. So there's nobody that can walk Kanye West back off the ledge no more. So the situation with Kim Kardashian finally just drove him underwater. He couldn't handle it. But let's get back to Will Smith. What should Will Smith do? What should he do right now? Should he stay? Should Will Smith stay in this situation and keep the situation going? Should he stay? Is there anything to salvage out of this relationship? Both the children are absolutely bonkers, unfortunately. And I hate to say that about children, but they're bonkers. They don't know whether they're coming or going because of the relationship the parents had. I mean, just the fact that their children are so off, that lets you know the kind of relationship they witnessed the parents having. How then? What should Will Smith do? What should Will Smith do? And I'll get back to the lead topic. Well, what should Will Smith do in this situation? Should he stay with this woman? Or should he leave? Should he just get up and just say, you know what? I'm out. You want to be with other men? You want a random penis every now and then? Cool. But not on my watch. Will Smith is a multi-millionaire. Just on that alone, he can get women, beautiful women will flock to him. Just on that alone. Not even counting his movie career, the fame. He's rich. Let alone the fame. He can get almost any woman he wanted. As fat and dumpy as he appears to be right now. But you know what would stop him from getting a decent woman? He doesn't have any self-respect. All the years of being with this woman and having her say, you know what, I need a random penis every now and then. You're a cool guy and all of that, but you don't have the alphaism enough to where I don't need another random penis every now and then. In my opinion, he should pack his stuff up and leave right now. He's got enough money to buy 10 different houses if he wants. He should go buy him another house, set up his own place, and let that girl go. Will Smith, if you're listening, I usually don't butt in, but when I see people getting mistreated, it's time to go. It's time to go. Now, you got to decide whether you got enough self-respect for yourself to say, you know what, I'm done with this. Forget all this crying on TV. Forget all this, I got to lose weight for this woman. Forget all this, I can't make you happy. You can't make that lady happy. There ain't nothing you can do to make that lady happy. I don't care if you decide to turn into a bear or a rhinoceros today. You're not going to make that lady happy. Because she don't respect you. She's past the point where she respect you as a husband. She doesn't respect you like that. And once a woman gets to the point where they don't respect you no more, you're done. It's only a matter of time before, it already happened for you when, you're going to come home and the guy that's effing her is sitting right there in the chair. And he's going to be like, hey, how you doing? Or his car is parked in the goddamn driveway where your car's supposed to be parked at. This is not a good situation. Will Smith, take it from another married man. You're handling this all wrong. You don't give, and you know what the next worst thing is than telling somebody something like this. It doesn't matter what you do. I'll be here forever. That you should never say that, man or woman. Man or woman, you should never say nothing like that. Never say that, because when you say something like that, the other person is going to test you on your words, and it's going to be your fault for you said it and you gave them the reason to test what you said. So what do you do, Brother Clint? What do you do? You always keep some self-respect for yourself. You respect yourself enough to say, this is not working for me. Say those 5 words. This is not working for me. I can't continue to do this. So why don't we take some time apart? That's a nice way of saying, F you, go do what you want to do. Why don't we take some time apart? That way you can explore these feelings you have. So you got to be able to communicate this stuff. You can explore these feelings that you're having. You know how you want to rack up all these penises? You can explore some of these feelings. But I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to participate. What would the average woman say? Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. Are you gonna who's gonna be still paying the bills here? I'll still pay the bills here for a while. until you figure it out, until we can sit back down again and try to work something else out. Yeah, I'll still pay the bills here. As long as she's here, you're going to still pay the bills and give her money? Adios, amigo. Right? She ain't got nothing at risk. Why would she worry about it? Her income's going to stay the same. Her living arrangement's going to stay the same. Everything's going to stay the same. Just you ain't going to be in the... She ain't going to have to look at your face when she wants to go out and get a new penis. Why are you talking about this, Brother Clarence? Why are you talking about this? Y'all, just hear me out. There's somebody out here that's going to watch this, and it's going to change their life. It's going to change their life. And, everybody, we all can't be talking about feel-good stuff. We all can't be on the kumbaya train. Some of us got to get off the kumbaya train and actually walk through the rubble looking for survivors. That's me. I'm looking for survivors, trying to breathe life into them. What is a survivor? Somebody who has been through a traumatic event and is still living. That's what I'm trying to do. These people have been through so many traumatic events, and they need help. Not to say they're the only ones, but they need help. They need a special kind of help. Black people need a special kind of help. And I'm the slave for the slave. Oh, man, I done went way off, huh? Will Smith, holler at your boy. Let me come in and talk to y'all. I told y'all I'm going to start a page that's all that we talking about is relationships, marriage and relationships. That's all I'm going to be talking about on that page. I'm setting that up now. Hopefully I have that ready by Christmas time. But I'm setting that up now so that all I'm going to be doing is talking about marriage and relationships and how to make them better, how to make your relationships better, how to make your marriage better, how to make it work, how to get married, how to get yourself married, how to do all of this stuff, relationships and marriage. So look for that. Obviously I'll tell you guys about that. But yeah, I'm putting that together now. Anyway, let's get back to protecting Black women. Can we do that, family? Family, let's get back to protecting Black women. Okay, so we see that all these different issues about Black women and how they move a lot, because a lot of times they don't recognize Black men as something of value. So they talk to us like we don't have no value, right? A lot of times to see what you're gonna do, but we don't look at them as valuable either. Why? Well, we talked about the gangster rap. Gangster rap came out and said, hey, now you got the trap music, the drill music, that even further cements that Black women are of no value. They're just here to be besmirched. Right? What can we do about this? What can we do about it? Those of us that know better have to do better. We got to teach these young men. A lot of these young men, I said, they're raised without a father. So the only father they got is Dr. Dre or T.I. or any one of these rappers that's out here talking about how Black women ain't they just bees and hoes, right? Because that's what the music of today is talking about when it discusses women. It talks about how unvaluable they are. Not invaluable, unvaluable. What can we do? Right? We don't have videos or shows from a male perspective showing that the Black woman has a lot of value, right? We got shows that show that white women have value, shows that Asians have value, that Latinos have value, but nothing really showing that the Black woman has value. She's either a hoe or she's either, a hoe or a criminal or some. She's not never. And you know what? The average black person will say, yeah, that's keeping it real. That's keeping it real. It's not keeping it real. Because most black women are law-abiding citizens. Most black women are. They are. A lot of them are delusional, but for the most part, they're law-abiding citizens. They should at least not have to worry about their safety. They shouldn't at least have to worry about their safety. Sister Wanda, you're right. What hurt Will the most is that we all found out. What hurt Will the most is that we all found out. Yeah. I think what hurt him is that he saw that his sacrifice of his own feelings by saying you can go sleep with other men. See, he saw that as a sacrifice. He felt that, oh, if I make this sacrifice and she will respect that sacrifice, right? Because all sacrifices have some sanctity to it, meaning that you value something, but you're willing to cut off what you value for someone else, to have someone else have something happen for them, right? But he found out that his sacrifice was for nothing. That hurt him. That hurt him to his heart. That hurt him to his heart, poor brother. That hurt him to his heart. He realized. See, he always thought, you know what? She would be willing to go. She would be willing to at least show other people that he meant more to her than he did, and he found out that she wasn't. He found out that he didn't mean as much to her as he thought. And that's what hurt him. I don't think he really cared that other people found out. I think what really mattered more to him that other people finding out that she had slept with other men was the fact that she didn't respect that sacrifice, and she wasn't willing to do anything to make a sacrifice for him in the same regard. It's at that moment he realized, just like at that red table talk, he realized at that moment, wow, I'm the only one that feels this way. She don't feel the same way as I feel. See, that's an eye-opening moment for most men. Most men will look at that and go, damn, I did all this for this woman, and this is what she feel about me? See, but that's what happened to him. That's what happened to him. He figured out, oh, you know what? She don't care nothing about me. Or she don't care about me the way I care about her. She willing to go out here and allow me to have my feelings hurt or make sacrifices towards her, and she ain't going to do anything about it. She's not going to return the favor. Oh, now I see. Now I see. Now we see. What can he do from this position? Only thing he can do, he'll never get her respect. So why stay with her? I don't see him staying with her. Once he gets to a point where he lost his spiritual knowledge. He's like that man we talked about in the Bible, the Good Samaritan. He's not the Good Samaritan. He's the man on the side of the road that the Good Samaritan rolled up on. He was hit in the head and left for dead. He's hit in the head in this relationship with Jada Pinkett, and he was left for dead. That's why you see him doing all this crazy shit, crying, going on these. Now he's got this show where he's got to lose weight. What does he need to do that for? That man got millions and millions and millions of dollars he'll never ever spend. Why does he need to do that for? Because he got something. He's constantly trying to get her. He's crying out for help. Those of y'all I guess I got to do this. Stop my live stream and go straight into this. Those of y'all that's around Will Smith, y'all to be ashamed of yourself. The man is crying out for help, doing this foolishness that he's doing out here. He's crying for help. I hope the brother don't do nothing crazy like even put himself in a position to delete himself. He's trying to get this woman to see how much he really care about her, and what he's trying to do is get her to show to return the favor. Somebody needs to sit that man down and explain to him she ain't never going to return that favor. She doesn't respect you. She respects her mama more than she respects you. That's unfortunate, man. But you are the one that set this ball in motion. Because the first time she approached you about a random penis, you should have said, no problem, man. No problem. Let's set that up for you. And you should have got your own place and divorced her ass. But all the money, Brother Clarence, all the money. She would have got half my shit. I don't care if you get all of it. You take it all. I can go make more money. You can go always make more money. How much self-respect can you get? How much self-respect can you buy? How much? Can't buy self-respect. You can't put that back. How can you put that back in? How can you put that shit back in the horse? You can't. Either somebody's gonna respect you or they're not gonna respect you. And some people get so crazy trying to get other people to show them. See, Jada Pinkett is not the kind of person that's gonna show you how she feels about you. She's not. But he's doing all this bullshit to try to get her to show him how she feels about him. Throat scratch, excuse me. But he don't get it. She is not going to do it. She's not going to do that. She shows her mother. She showed her mother the immense amount of respect. She won't show you that kind of respect. Why? Because she don't respect you like that. Man, once you let a woman start having sex with other men and you got your name on her, your name is on her back, it's a wrap, dog. It's a wrap. She's never gonna look at you like you want her to look at you. The best thing you can do is bounce. Let her have it. Eventually she'll come back to you, but I don't think she'll ever respect you. She'll eventually come back to you because all them dudes just want to hit. And nobody really want to. They want to hit because you taking care of her. They don't want to take care of her. They just want to hit it because somebody else is taking care of her. Okay, let her go. But the rest of y'all that's out there, that's very close to Will Smith, maybe Jada Pinkett has isolated the man so much there is nobody around him that can tell him. Maybe that's what it looks like to me. There's no way a man should be out there doing the stuff that Will Smith is doing. No way. But why is he doing these things and making himself into a fool? He's doing it because there ain't nobody else out there. Nobody's telling him, nobody's gonna do nothing for him. Because so many people are eating off this man. They just letting him do whatever he want to do. However crazy it is, they just letting him happen. They just letting it happen. That's unfortunate. I hope the man don't do nothing crazy. Because look at Kanye West. They tried to institutionalize this man. He went that crazy, man. They tried to put him in an institution. Kanye said, "That's it. I'm out. I'm out. Remember, nobody's trying to lock me up. Good for him." But I can't say I didn't see this coming. With Will Smith, I'm much more concerned with Will Smith. I'm much more concerned. I think Will Smith may do some harm to himself if he keeps this up. People are looking at it, oh, it's funny. No, I'm looking at it for real. This man is very close to doing something very, very somber. But see, nobody won't talk about this stuff. Or not a lot of people will, rather, I should say. Not a lot of people. They coming at it from, man, you got to be a man. It's not even about that anymore. There's nothing you can do to prove that you're a man to her. You gave her 3 children, and she still don't respect you. You gave her a life that she would have never had, even if she was pursued her putt-putt acting career. She would have never had that. She would never had the lifestyle she had if it wasn't for you. Now look at you, brother. Can't even look yourself in the mirror. You out here doing this crazy stuff. You out here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Somebody close to him, I hope they put him to the side and say, hey, man, it ain't worth what you're doing here. Because I don't want to see the brother hurt himself. And I see that coming. And I don't want that to happen to him. I know cries for help when I see one. I was just as crazy or more. I was more crazy. I can see a cry for help. And I see you crying for help and nobody is listening. Nobody is listening because you know what? The people don't see it as a cry for help. They think you just out here just doing whatever. No, this man is crying out for help. Anyway, that's what I think. That's my feelings about Will Smith. I hope the brother don't harm himself. I hope he can get himself, right his ship back, put himself together, and get his thing together. Hopefully. Let's get back to our topic. Black women. Are they worth protecting and under what circumstances? They are worth protecting. Why? Because they're God's women. God wants all women to be protected. And his women, his direct descendants, he wants them protected. He wants them protected. That's why the man was here first and giving instructions. He put the woman here first and then put the man and say, oh, protect her. He's already here. Hey, you got to protect all of this stuff. Anything that comes up in here, this garden, you got to protect it. Okay, the woman comes up in the garden, that's just got to protect her. So that's just what we're supposed to do. The question is, are they entitled to that protection anymore? Based on their behavior, are they entitled to that protection? My theory is yes, most of the time. Most of the time. We got to be more, I won't say lenient, but we got to be more understanding of the brainwashing job that went on top of them. We got to be more lenient to that. We got to understand that they've been brainwashed by the women's empowerment movement. They've been brainwashed in telling us they don't need no man. And especially the younger ones. The younger ones have no clue. They ain't got no man in the house. They ain't watching how mama interact with daddy. And they don't know how big mama interact with big papa. They don't know how. They don't see that no more. So they don't know. So most of these young black women are out here flying blind. They don't know where to go, what to do, where to go. They don't know how to have a relationship, a meaningful relationship. To them, a meaningful relationship is constantly putting down the man and creating this strife all the time. To them, that's a meaningful relationship. A lot of them. And a lot of men are the same way. They haven't seen anything. They think of this high dysfunction, that's a relationship. So the circumstances, man, black women, yeah, they definitely deserve to be protected in most circumstances. They definitely, like I said, unless they're involved in some criminal behavior where they are, causing the harm and death of other people, then that's a very small group of women that's involved in something like that. For the most part, our women are just uneducated. They're just uneducated and they just need better leadership. And we got to learn how to turn our backs on the ones that want to do their own thing. If you want to do that, you want to do your own thing and we've asked you not to do your own thing, then we got to be willing to walk away from you. Unless somebody's really gonna, you are innocent victim in somebody trying to cause you harm, we gotta learn how to just walk away. That's my feelings. That's what I think. What do y'all think? Y'all can let me know in the comments. That's how I feel about black women. I feel that they should be protected in almost all circumstances. If we can, we in a position to protect them. We should. We should. That means we're gonna have to excuse their delusions on a lot of times, because sometimes you could save somebody and they're under the delusion, and then later on they figure it out and they go, "Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what was going on." We may have to do that. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I feel like that, so y'all tell me what y'all think. Anyway, I'm looking at the clock, and we've got 2 hours and 35 minutes. We've been after it, talking about all kind of different stuff. So, y'all in the replay, y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday afternoon. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Thank you, family, in the chat. Thank you, family, for actually that's watching. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, don't get discouraged. We're going to get to 1,000 subscribers. We will get there. Don't be saddened because we sticking around in the 300s. That's okay. And you see people passing us. Let them pass us. That's fine. That's fine. My goal ain't to get monetized right away. My goal is to set up a situation where we can save some of these young people from making the mistakes we made. Right? That's my goal. That's my goal. I let them other people entertain, what Ice Cube said. I let the brothers with the funny haircuts handle that, or people out there with the Kumbaya channels, let them do it. Somebody got to attack these hard issues. All right. Till next time, I see y'all. Peace, and I thank y'all for stopping by.